glorious morning. Makes me sick.
Hey guys, it's me, Halloween Dan, doing a quick video today talking about something that is incredibly geeky. And not the usual thing I talk about on this channel. I think I've talked about this subject once before. But it brings together two, if not three things that I absolutely love, that are Halloween vibes, that I just can't get enough of. I'm an adult who can't get enough of this one particular thing. And that thing is Lego. Yeah, I know it's not everyone's bag. Yeah, I know it's a pretty geeky thing. I know it's also a thing that an adult man with a family probably shouldn't be so into. But I can't help it. I really, really enjoy it. And I love it even more when Lego brings together the elements of things that I love beyond Lego and bring it into my hands in the form of all year round Halloweeny goodness. And so today, that's what I'm doing. I am going to be building, reviewing, looking at a particular set that not only is a very cool Lego set alone, but also is a cool Halloween Lego set. Because today, I'm going to be building this, the Hocus Pocus Sanderson Sisters Cottage. So let's do this. So I've talked about before how my taste in Halloween movies is pretty wimpy. I'm not into the murderers, I'm not into the slasher movies and stuff. I'll watch them, but they're not my bag. I'm more into the sort of family-friendly, pure Halloween vibes, if you like. And when I was growing up, there was one movie more than any other that just had Halloween seeping from its pores, and that was Hocus Pocus. If you've never seen Hocus Pocus, you're probably living under a rock. It stars Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy. For me, it was a transformative film. It was one of those movies that when I saw it, it was probably the first time I'd ever really seen how Americans celebrated Halloween. I know it's made up story. I know that not every neighborhood looks like this, and it is, of course, set in Salem. But as a kid, viewing it, I was like, wow, the way we celebrate Halloween, the way you guys celebrate Halloween, yours is better. I want this. It was just unadulterated Halloween, and it was three witches, which I like witches anyway, and they were funny, if not a little terrifying, and the whole story was just magic-filled and fun, and everything about it I enjoyed, and I still enjoy it to this day. Halloween without watching Hocus Pocus at least once is really not Halloween at all. So, I want to say about 2 years ago, Lego, another thing I'm a big fan of, big geek, love myself some Lego, brought out a Hocus Pocus Sanderson Sisters Cottage set, which I was just in love with straight away. And the truly amazing thing about this particular set is that it's part of their ideas range, which is basically where Lego fans have created their own sets. They put it before other Lego fans to see if it should be made into a real set. People get to vote on it, and this is one such case. This set was made by a normal everyday person as like a prototype. Lots of people, including me, voted for it to become a real set, and then, hey presto, it did. I knew that at some point I would try to get my hands on this set because I'm such a huge Hocus Pocus fan, and I also love Lego, and I also love Halloween. So it was bringing these three things together in just an absolute epiphany of love. I just didn't know when, and then my lovely wife, Katie, decided to surprise me on Christmas, and she bought me this set. And just look at that thing, guys. I mean, that's pretty incredible, right? We'll just take a second having a quick look at the box. It's something that a lot of Lego fans like to just pore over for a second because it is an incredible detailed box. So this is obviously Hocus Pocus Lego Ideas. This is set number 21,341. And it is part of their ideas range. And you can see from the picture, you've got this classic Sanderson Sisters Cottage. We've got all three of the witches. We've got Winnie, Mary, and Sarah. And then we've also got the kid characters. So we've got Danny, Max, and Allison. And it's a truly incredible looking box. It's a truly incredible looking set. It's got some really cool Easter eggs in it, apparently. It's also got some cool little features, like I believe the water wheel here, when it spins, makes the smoke go up and down inside. I believe as well there's also a light up brick, which is what the batteries included sign's about, because there's a brick that goes underneath the fireplace and makes it look like a real fire. All of these things we will discover if they're true or not when I actually build this thing. And that's the next step of this video. I am going to do like a kind of a sped up me building this. It might take a couple of days. I'm filming this in advance, but hopefully at the end of it, however long it takes, we will have a really cool Lego set to look at. So let's get building. And so here we have it, guys. It took me a little over a week to get this all together, mostly because I was ill in the middle of it and I kind of lost a little bit of enthusiasm. But I have completed it and I think it looks great. It's gonna look great on my spooky windowsill. So starting at the front, we've obviously, as we've already said, we've got the main characters of Max, Danny, and Allison. Everyone bar Max is actually holding something. Allison's got her salt, which she uses later in the film to keep the witches at bay. Danny's got her Halloween trick-or-treat bucket. Max doesn't have anything, but is just looking super cool.
Oh, that's so cool!
We've got Binks, the cat, who is, of course, a talking magical cat. If you didn't realise that, go and watch the film, you uncultured swine.
You uncultured swine!
And then, of course, we've got the witches on this side. So this is a cool little gate sort of built thing. It's obviously meant to be the gate to the Sanderson's cottage, which is what the S is on the poster about. It says it's closed because this is sort of when it's in 1993 when it's been turned into a kind of a museum. So, and then the witches come back. And then we've got Mary, Sarah, and of course, Winnie, who's the main witch. So Winnie has her lightning bolts coming out of her hands, which is a cool little feature in its own right. Mary's holding a frying pan, which I don't fully get because she actually gets hit on the head with a frying pan, but oh well. And Sarah's holding a potions bottle. Again, don't fully know why, because she doesn't really do potions at any point. She just kind of jumps around like an idiot. But anyway, that's the three witches. And then this whole sort of gate setup is really, really cool. We've got kind of a twisted gnarled tree. A lot of people were like, I don't know what this tree's about. It could have done with looking a little better. I think this is supposed to be the tree the witches get hung from at the very start of the film, which is kind of dark, but there you go. And then, of course, we've got the tombstones here at the back of the gate. So we've got Billy Butcherson's tombstone in the middle. This is Emily Binks's tombstone here. And then this one is a tombstone with the name of the creator of the set. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this name right, but it's Amber Vet or Viet. I'm not sure, but either way, this is the lady who actually created this set. So thank you, Amber. But now on to the main event, which is, of course, the cottage itself. And I have to say, this is one of the best looking Lego sets I think I've ever seen. Every single detail has been thought about on this. From the garden with the pumpkins and the vines and the ivies. You've got this little plaque here, which is because this is, of course, like I say, when it's set as a museum. So you've got the Sanderson Witch Museum with a whole bunch of details about the actual thing. We've got some stocks here. We've got the water wheel on the outside, which is a great detail in itself. Ivies and things growing all over the place. We've got like this almost like little balcony type window sitting here. The chimney looks great with great detail. I love these purple bits of smoke coming out of the top, which is, again, if you know the film, you know as it starts, there's purple smoke coming from the chimney. The house looks really, really good in its own right. Even if you don't particularly like Hocus Pocus or feel no real affiliation to it, it's a really cool, creepy looking, like medieval type cottage with wooden beams and things running down the front. It's a really, really cool thing. There's also a feature. The first feature I'll show is that this sort of side piece, took me a little moment to get that off, but there you go. It actually pulls away. The roof sections lift up so you can get a really good look inside. And then there's some great little details in here, some cool little Easter eggs. This is the chair where Emily Binks has her life drained from her and where they tried to do the same to Danny. You've got the fireplace at the back. I think you've got the bag there, which Binks is put in at one point above the fire. And he's going, hot cat, hot cat. We've got a little cauldron there, cabinet details. One of my favorite little things is this. It's an hourglass, which I've been told is a new element that hasn't been in any other set before. So that hourglass element is really, really cool. We've got candles and stuff going on in there. And it's just really well thought through. The second way we can see into the house and start to see some of the details of the build is by actually lifting up the roof panel. So the whole roof lifts back, and then we can sort of see some of the details down below, but mostly what's on the top floor, the second floor of the building. So we've got these guys hanging in, these skeletons hanging in cages, which I think are supposed to be the teenagers, the kind of bully teenagers from the film who do at some point get held in cages. I'm not sure if they're saying they died in there or not, but either way, kind of a cool element that's just hanging from the ceiling. We've got cobwebs and spiders and stuff. This scene down here is the witch's bed. So we've got the three different colours noting the three witches: green for Winnie, pink for Sarah, red for Mary. We've got their flying things. So we've got a broom, a mop, and a vacuum cleaner, which is, of course, what Mary flies on. There's lots of other cool little details that are hidden in this set. We've got like a spinning wheel in the corner. There's lots of candles and things. In the little kind of bay window that you can't see very well, there is a third skeleton that's sat in the bay window. We've got bats as well in the rafters. There's a third one over there kind of sat on its own little bed, which is a kind of fun little element. And then most of the detail is on the bottom floor, which is what I'll show you now. So to see most of this detail, you actually get to open up the back panel. Now, what I like about this set, one of the things is that they haven't just left this open. Some sets to sort of see and access the actual set, this back panel would have just been literally open, and they've actually made it look like a wall to continue, so that it's like a 360-degree looking build. And then you pull open these two panels, and inside now you can see all the details of the build. So the coolest one, I think, the coolest feature is the cauldron, which is just obviously sat right in the middle. We've got these kind of green bubble pieces, which are obviously supposed to look like a potion. And when you press this green button here, the fireplace lights up. So the fireplace lights up, giving this really cool effect. It's a really, really cool feature. It's dead simple, but cool. I just noticed my black flame candle had fallen over, which is not particularly good. So since it had fallen over, we'll talk about this too. This is the black flame candle, which obviously features quite heavily in the story. It's the candle that actually brings the witches back from the dead on Halloween night. Very, very cool thing that they've included that. Just behind that, you can just about see you've got book in its cabinet there, which is the book that the witches used to make their spells and was gifted to them by the devil himself. Very, very cool feature. And then all the details that are towards the front end of the build, though they're hard to sort of see in this. We've got lots of shelves with books and spells and things on them. They're also supposed to look like things you might find in a gift shop, because again, at this time, it's a museum, hence the sort of chains and the little sort of roped off things to stop people from getting to the displays, because this is supposed to look like a museum. We've got lots of candles lit. We've got things that people might buy. There's a little till over there where people might buy their things from the gift shop. There's lots of little fun details. We've got the stairs here, which I always think are quite fun. They're actually hinged back, so you can just lay them back like that. We've got broomsticks hanging from the rafters there, which is kind of cool. We've got this really cool candelabra, which actually spins round. Very, very cool little feature. And there's just lots and lots of hidden little details that when you're building this, and if you are a fan of the film, the whole time you're like, oh yeah, that's this from the film. Oh, there's the potions bottles. Oh, look, here's some little bowls and things. It's really, really cool. Very, very well detailed, and a really, really fun thing to build. And the final fun feature, of course, back on the outside of the house is the water wheel spins. And just as I predicted, the smoke moves up and down. Very simple, but very, very cool mechanism, and a lot of fun to build. I love as well, like, all these hidden details. Some people have said they're not that fussed on all these loose tiles looks on the roof and things. I love it. I think it fits the movie perfectly. It fits this build perfectly. I like all these sort of loose wooden slats on the front of the house. It just makes it look like a really old building that's been kind of left to rot. And it's a very, very, very cool witchy build. So yes, that was a really fun build. I hope you enjoyed seeing me put that together and talking about it. I know this isn't everyone's bag. I know that Lego is not for everyone, and that there are a lot of people who don't get it, and that's okay. I love it. It's always been something I've loved, and I love getting to build something that not only is it fun to build, but it also brings back so many memories of this film that means so much to me. And it's all year Halloween spooky vibes. It's gonna sit now on my windowsill alongside my haunted house and be the perfect little Halloweeny fun Lego things. Yay. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. Please leave me a comment and a like and all that fun stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Keep it spooky. Bye.